On today's episode, we're going to answer 3 viewer questions about the recent market volatility. It's been our main topic the last couple of weeks. We're going to dive into it a little bit further today, but this should be fun because we're going to get questions from real folks, see what they're really concerned about, and dive into a couple of different angles related to market crashes and corrections on today's show. So let's get going, Frank.
Let's do it.
By the way, if you want to submit a question to the show, you can always do that. You can go to the website. We've got a link in the description of today's show where you can find us online and submit questions to be featured, or just drop a comment in the comment section on YouTube, and we can pull questions from there as well. I'm Walter Storholt, always alongside financial advisor Frank Oliver, the founder of Oliver Asset Management based in Longmont, Colorado. Wherever you are, though, we're glad you're here and checking out the show today. All right, our first question, Frank, comes to us from Tina. Tina says, the market's been dropping fast, and it's hard not to panic. I know I'm supposed to stay the course. She must have watched our last episode.
Absolutely. We can tell.
But how do I know I actually need to make a change to my investments?
That's a good question, Tina. And right now is a little bit of a scary time. You can get an analysis run, and we'd be happy to do that for you, where we can determine, the risk in your portfolio. Are you too heavily positioned in equities? Do you need some more fixed income in there? What is the proper balance of those positions? Maybe make some slight adjustments. That way you can stay in the market, take advantage of that recovery. But maybe make some slight adjustments to the portfolio as you get closer to retirement.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's a good question, but stay the course assumes that you're on a course, right? Like that there is a plan in place.
Right.
That's the key difference. If somebody doesn't have a plan in place, well, I guess that's when staying the course potentially could be harmful.
Absolutely.
If Tina's a year away from retirement and her portfolio, I don't know, dropped 50% when everybody else was dropping.
That would hurt.
What? 15%, something like that.
That would hurt, right?
Well, maybe don't stay the course. Something's out of alignment here.
Yeah, and I think the hardest thing for people is to actually sit down at an office like mine and get a plan. Determine what your benefits are from Social Security. Do you have a pension? What those benefits are? What your budget is? What your cash flow analysis is?
Because it sounds. And I've been doing the show with you for a while, so it sounds easy to me to be like, man, this is great. I can come, have you look at everything, put it all in one place, get this plan together, and have it all figured out and understand it better of what's impacting what and why I'm invested in what. But people are intimidated. Why is
maybe
it
intimidated? Maybe, and I hate to use this word, but maybe embarrassed that they haven't done this before. It's tough for them to take that next step. They know that they should have done this maybe 5 years ago, 10 years ago. But it's not that big. I mean, it is a big deal, but it's not a difficult process for somebody to come into the office, share their ideas with us. Let us look at their numbers. Let us run an analysis and put a plan together. And then you'll know how much risk you should be taking on and with what percentage of your portfolio.
Yeah.
And then it really just becomes clear. It makes you feel so comfortable when you get this done.
So you don't do a lot of teasing and making fun of people when they come in to meet with you?
Yeah, sometimes. Depends on what they drive.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's light teasing, not about the portfolio.
Right. Yeah. If you come in a smart car, we may have some words. Just joking.
With the big Hummer out there, right?
Right. Yes.
Good stuff. All right. Yeah. So there's a little bit of the teasing, but don't be embarrassed about
easy teasing. Yeah, it's fun.
Don't be embarrassed about the financial part and your plan. That's where things get serious.
Right.
So good question, Tina. If you want to book a visit with Frank and the team, come in, have a conversation about that plan, start getting some of those big questions answered like this. Learning how to navigate market ups and downs and having that plan in place, you can do that. Just check the link in the description of today's show and you can schedule a consultation. All right, we've got a question here from Arthur. Arthur says, I have some cash on the sidelines. I was planning to invest slowly, but now I'm wondering, is this a buy the dip moment? Or do you think I should wait it out for lower?
You may not want to jump in with all of the cash on the sidelines. The markets have had a pretty good 3 days after a pretty rough week last week. So, and just like we discussed, at our last episode with Warren Buffett, when people are scared, that's the time to get greedy, right? So maybe it's a time to take advantage of this.
Yeah, we don't know why you have this extra cash on hand, Arthur, but if you've got it,
right
now's kind of an opportunity that's popped up for
you.
So and even if the market were to dip further, I just want to play this string out a little bit. Say Arthur's like, okay, I'll start investing, and the market dips further. it's not like Arthur's shot himself in the foot, right?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. We're still down from our all-time highs. So you're
Yeah.
still taking advantage of a lower purchase price, of a lower entry point, right, as far as the value is. And again, you can't time the markets. They may go down further, you know, but you're still entering the market at a more favorable time than dumping all of your dry powder in at an all-time high.
Right.
So it's still a good opportunity.
Yep.
But you can't time it. You just have to, just be disciplined and take advantage of these moments.
Yeah, if the opportunity's there for you, go for it. So this next question comes to us from Mark, and Mark says, I'm about 2 years from retirement and watching my portfolio take hits right now, and it's freaking me out. How do I protect myself without locking in losses?
Yeah, that's a good question, Mark. And we're fielding a few of these questions right now. And I think if somebody's 2 years from retirement, it's an excellent opportunity to take a look at that retirement plan, make sure you're invested correctly. This market could rebound very quickly. It could come straight back out. We could have some parabolic gains. So I don't think it's a good time to pull out, but it is a good time to definitely review everything. That'll eliminate you from freaking out a little bit.
Yeah. Another great point. Thanks for sending this question in to us, Mark, and to Arthur and Tina as well. We appreciate it. If you've got any concerns about what's going on in the market, how to best protect yourself, how to put together a financial plan that doesn't have to panic like we might as humans and freak out during market downturns, you're in the right place. Get educated about the financial world. Come in, have a conversation about your plan, and get a consultation and a review of your portfolio with Frank and the team at Oliver Asset Management. All you have to do is click on the link in the description of today's show, and you'll be able to schedule that visit. Frank, thanks for the help.
Thank you, Walter.
All right, we'll see everybody next time.
Take care.
Investment advisory services offered through Creative One Wealth, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Oliver Asset Management and Creative One Wealth are unaffiliated entities. Licensed insurance professional. This information is for educational purposes only and should not be construed as advice or a recommendation for your specific circumstances. Investing involves risk, including possible loss of principal. Insurance product guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing company. We are not affiliated with any government agency and do not provide tax or legal advice.